So I was just buttoning up the front end of my square body, installing 4-inch lift springs, and I had something go wrong that I figured I would share that could potentially be a safety concern, and if nothing else, is just kind of a headache and may set you back a little time and a few bucks. So kind of seeing this beforehand would be ideal. I'm not going to share the name of the company that I got the springs from and that I got the torque spec from, because I like the company and I'm not saying that it is their fault. I'm just sharing what I had happen. It could have been my parts. It could have been the torque spec. I don't know. But basically, I was torquing my U-bolts down, nearly finished up here, and 135 foot-pounds is the torque spec that I got for 5/8 U-bolts, and I got away with it on the passenger side, but I didn't on the driver's side, and that is what happened. Like I said, I got away with it on the passenger side, and this was the driver's side. It seemed really tight, but it was the torque spec, and I'm kind of particular. So if I have a torque spec, I like to use it. I did go in a crisscross pattern, like I believe you're supposed to. It's how I was taught, at least. But yeah, I just think that these U-bolt plates can't take that much torque. There's some sort of casting, so I'm assuming they're just not all that rugged. Obviously, they're old. This is a 1973 pickup, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't think they've been over-torqued in the past, so I don't think that has a factor to play in this. And it's obviously the truck has been oiled its whole life. They're not rusty. I don't think they're compromised in that way. So I think that they either just aren't rugged enough to take that kind of torque, or maybe it's something else. But my plan now is I'm making new plates out of 1/2-inch flat bar I had, and I just used my mag drill to drill the holes I needed, and I think that those will be fine. And then I will have to just weld a 3/4 10. I'm going to use a rod coupling because it's the bolt goes in further than if I were just welding a nut on it. So I'm going to use a rod coupling so that my bolt can go all the way in, and that will take care of my sway bar. But there's other companies that make them. Some companies make them out of 3/8 plate and have a bend on each end here for extra support. So I think those would be fine. I think that 1/2-inch plate will be fine just being flat. We'll see. But I'm also going to run a little less torque. I think I'll probably run 120 or 125 foot-pounds, and then basically monitor it. I will basically torque them down and then go for a test drive, torque them again, a couple more test drives, torque them, and then maybe after a month I'll torque them, a couple months after that. I'll just keep checking them, and if it just isn't enough, I'll go tighter. But I'm comfortable doing that. It may not be the best idea ever to go lower than a torque spec is rated, or the torque spec rating, especially on a suspension part. But if the U-bolt plates aren't strong enough, then it's a problem. And if one broke at that, then how close are the other kind of ears of the plate? How close are they to breaking? And if they didn't break but are under that kind of strain, could they break? If you are kind of hit a pothole and jar everything hard, or are off-roading and putting things under a lot of strain. So I think it could potentially be a safety concern in that way. And if nothing else, I think either get stronger plates, torque your U-bolts to a little less and check them often, or maybe run 9/16 U-bolts, and then you can torque them to the proper spec for 9/16 U-bolts and not break your factory plates. So I just want to share. I guess you can do your own research and figure out what you're comfortable torquing a 5/8 U-bolt to, or if 9/16 will be strong enough. I think that this truck might have come with 9/16 U-bolts from the factory. I'm not really sure, but it seems like all the lift kit manufacturers send you away with 5/8 U-bolts thinking they're stronger, but maybe your plates aren't strong enough for those 5/8 U-bolts, at least if you are torquing them to 135 foot-pounds. So you may never have a problem. You might have got away with it and not have been an issue at all, but wanted to share, and maybe it will make it so that you can plan ahead and do one of those things or a combination of things and not have to be out, another week or so waiting for another set of U-bolts like me, because there should be one-time use after you stretch them. You can actually see this one is pretty bent at getting it to that 135 foot-pounds. So just want to share. Hopefully this will help somebody out.